Hello and welcome to the BWN podcast. Today's episode is the 11th, I think it is.
Yeah,
I think it's the 11th one. And let's get right into it. Let's just skip over the formalities of it. So yes, have you got any talking points today, Big Dan?
You know what it is? I had one and I can't remember what it is.
You can't remember what it is. So I think, you know what? Here's the thing, because we've been discussing this morning about late uploads. Do you think, in advance of this, with this coming out, how far away it'll be? This one coming out. Do you think it'll be a thing to address it now?
Yeah.
Sort of retrospectively apologise, or should we put out one now?
Yeah.
Or what should we do? Like just put it on here.
Yeah.
Right, fine, okay, well, I guess for this session then, that's what we'll talk about. So, this time we'll talk about late uploads. So, I put out a video on the 1st of January, I think it was, saying I may have been a bit daft.
Yeah, it was. I remember that.
I was tempted this morning to put out, I have been very daft. This is all really about late uploads, what I'm getting at here. And in that, I mean, we've been having insane difficulties trying to keep up with the sheer amount of work that we are doing. And we say that with quite a big grain of salt, because what you have to understand is there are many different roles involved in a media network such as this that we don't have filled. One of which being, currently as the time of recording, an editor. We don't have an editor currently. Well, at least not a mainline one that does everything. We don't have sort of an organizer who would organize the channel and descriptions and like playlists and stuff like that.
That was what I was gonna ask. How come there's not really any descriptions on videos anymore?
That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna go through all of them tonight. Again, you won't see this by the time this goes up, but like there's even such as that. I've been so rushed to try and do things. I can't do them as eloquently as I wanted to previously, where I could give a proper description and everything.
Can I say this? I feel like, I know obviously you like do a lot of editing and stuff. Like, I will like, if there's something that like only needs a bit of editing done on it or something like that, I just like need you can send stuff over to us now.
That's not what's difficult though, Dan. That's the thing though. That's not what's difficult. If it only needs a little bit of editing, that's not what the problem is to me. That's only like a 10-minute job. And when you stack those up, yeah, it gets a bit big, but at the end of the day, that's fine. What I'm on about is the stuff like Matthew May Show, where it transcends the point of just being like, right, okay, I do a few cuts and zooms in here and there, and there you go, a 5-minute video done. Like, it's more like, that's when artistry comes in. Even though it's a travel vlogging series, at its nature, there's so much that goes into it to make it seem very artistic. And that's not just in production when I'm well aware of shots I'm going to do and how they will look in the edit.
Yeah.
But also how the edit actually flows and comes together. It's very deliberately done, whether it's through music or whatever it is. It's very curated. I don't just shit one out overnight. It's very, 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 well actually I do, to be honest with you. It probably only takes a few hours, but it feels like forever.
Yeah.
Because like for example, take two.
I was gonna say, I've done editing, like I know how it feels when you do it. Like, I know what you mean.
Take two, that took me roughly about 5 and a bit hours to put together, and like to the finished product where it was exported and it was getting uploaded.
Yeah.
Like that there, obviously it wasn't uploaded on the same day it was edited, but it took me for a complete finished product where I proof watched it and everything. I was happy within 5 hours of starting. That's probably a rough estimation across the night of which I started, because I had to take breaks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So by the time it was all wrapped up, you got to also understand that's 5 hours down the chain. That's on one video. Yeah, grade A, but one video. And we are now churning out, we churned out, what was it, on the 1st of May, 9.
Yeah.
And now I'd say the rough average now for a standard BWN day will probably be 4 uploads.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. I mean, network memories doesn't really count.
This is going to sound like a daft thing for me to say, knowing you, but I will say, don't, and like I said, this is going to sound very daft, but don't overdo it. Because, like, not as in, like, for you, but it's just because it's like, it's harder. Like if you're releasing like loads of videos in one day, like it, and obviously there's still more coming the next day. Like it's hard to watch everything, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like quality. Like I know obviously you still do good. Obviously everything's good quality, blooming hell. But I mean like, just always remember quality over quantity.
Yeah. That's the plan. That's
why I barely ever. That's why I don't release too often.
That is exactly the point, though. Like what we're trying to do is if someone wants to automatically make a show, they have to be able to watch that show and enjoy it in their own right. Same goes for Mr. Boogie. Same goes for yours. Same goes for any series on that channel.